Dedication of a monument. If a monument is to be dedicated at a grave, let the same preliminary proceedings be held, and the officers, speakers, musicians, brethren, family, and relatives be arranged as in the foregoing memorial service at the grave. After the lines have been formed and all the participants are in their proper places, then appropriate music, vocal or instrumental, by band or other instruments, or all together, as deemed best or convenient. Unless special singers have been arranged for, the brethren and audience should join in the singing, prayer by chaplain, master, or other brother, appropriate address or eulogy by the master or other brother selected for the purpose. Music, some appropriate hymn, as the Master's Hymn, "Ah, when shall we three meet like them, who last were in Jerusalem? For the three were, and one is not, who lies where Cassia marks the spot. Though poor he was, with kings he trod, though great, he humbly knelt to God. Ah, when shall hope restore again the broken link of friendship's chain? The future sons of grief shall sigh, while standing round the mystic tie, and raise their hands, alas, to heavens, in anguish that no hope is given." Then someone speaking for those who have erected the monument or stone shall address the master and say, "Worshipful master, the plans adopted for the raising of this monument having been carried out and the work completed, it is the desire of all interested that it shall now be consecrated according to Masonic form and usage.
From time immemorial, it has been the custom of the ancient and honorable fraternity of free and accepted Masons, when requested so to do, to lay with their Masonic forms the cornerstone of public buildings, and in public to do other work not inconsistent with their regulations. This stone, therefore, will test with our working tools, and if found well formed and truly laid, will gladly dedicate it to the purpose for which it has been erected. Brother Junior Warden, what is the proper jewel of your office?
The plumb.
What does it teach?
To walk uprightly before God and man, and by it we prove our work.
Apply your jewel to the stone, and make report.
The junior warden applies the plumb to the stone.
The stone is plumb. The craftsmen have done their duty.
There should be engraved on the foundation stone of this and all other Masonic monuments, for similar purposes, the words Oheb Eloah, or love of God, a virtue indispensable to him who would take the first step in Masonry.
Brother Senior Warden, what is the proper jewel of your office?
The level.
What does it teach?
The equality of all men, and by it too we prove our work.
Apply your jewel to this stone and make report.
The senior warden applies his jewel to the stone.
The stone is level. The craftsmen have done their duty.
There should be engraved on the pedestal of this and all other Masonic monuments for similar purposes the word Amal-sagghi, that is, great labor. Labor is necessary for man in every walk of life. It is particularly so with a Mason, for he should not rest so long as the welfare of humanity demands his services.
What is the proper jewel of the master?
The square.
What does it teach?
To square our actions by the square of virtue, and by it also we prove our work.
I will now apply my jewel to this stone as the third Masonic test.
The master applies his jewel to the stone.
The stone is square. The craftsmen have done their duty.
Upon the face of this stone, and all other similar Masonic monuments, there should be engraved the words Oheb Kerobo, or love of our neighbor, yea. Verily, the summit of human wisdom is a knowledge of the duty we owe to God, to our neighbor, and to ourselves.
The reports and tests are satisfactory. It is well. Brother Marshal, let the elements of consecration be presented.
The marshal, or some other brother designated for the purpose, will then come up between the lines from the direction of the musicians and approach the junior warden. The marshal will carry with him the vessels containing the elements. The master will at the same time take position at or on the step or base of the monument or suitable place near the monument to perform the rites. The wardens will also at the same time approach each other from the lines and take position near enough to each other and the master to hand the elements to each other. The marshal will then present the vessel of corn to the junior warden, he to the senior warden, and he to the master. The brethren or musicians will then sing, or the band play, or the master recite.
When there a shrine to him above, our ancient brethren built with toil, on threshold and on cornerstone, they poured the corn and wine and oil.
The master scatters the corn. The wine will then be presented, from marshal to junior warden, senior, and master, in the same manner as was the corn, and then will be sung, played, or recited.
With faith like the fathers, we humbly uprear this low-lyre temple of brotherly love, thy book on its altar, thy trust in our hearts. We consecrate all to the master above.
The master pours on the wine. The oil will then be presented in the same manner, and the following be sung, played, or recited.
May, in proportion true, rising to grateful view, the work ascend. Long may it safely stand, untouched by ruthless hand. Tall, true to heaven's command, all time shall end.
The master pours on the oil at the same time, saying,
With these elements, I, as master of insert lodge, number, insert, free and accepted masons in the state of insert, consecrate this stone or monument to the sacred memory of our friend and brother, here give his name. May the great architect of the universe protect it from accident and long preserve it from decay. And may he grant to us in needful supply the corn of nourishment, the wine of refreshment, and the oil of joy.
Response from all the brethren. So mote it be. If any other addresses are to be made, let them now be delivered. At the conclusion of the addresses, or at the conclusion of the dedication, if there be no addresses to follow, let the audience be dismissed with doxology and the benediction, as in the foregoing service to a church, etc. Return in procession to the lodge room and close the lodge. It would be well to have the foregoing verses printed or typewritten, or plainly written with a pen in sufficient quantity to be distributed to those who can sing at the dedication. If, from lack of familiarity or other reason, the verses cannot be sung or played, appropriate verses from some familiar hymns may be substituted. In such event, however, it would nevertheless be well for the master to recite them in connection with the use of each element.